Why don't we grab a strap to use as a prop today, or a towel? We'll start off after we set our intention with the recline hip sequence. It might be nice to use our strap for that. So while you're settling in, please grab a strap or a towel, or you can even use a long sleeve t-shirt if you wanted. I'm going to repost the Spotify playlist in there for you if you're looking for some music to play. Just click that link and it'll bring you to a playlist. If you don't have Spotify, it'll bring up a browser and you can play it from there. Okay. All right. We got a small crew here this morning, which is fine. This coming, you might be see me letting people on as we settle in, but let's come into a comfortable seat. Have your strap nearby, prop. And comfortable seat, close the eyes. Lengthen the spine up. And draw the shoulder blades back. That's right, Alishka. And then start to connect to deep Ujjayi breath. Inhale through the nose, big full breath. Exhale through the nose. All right, slide the hands onto the heart. And take a couple of deep filling breaths here up to the heart. All right, let's set our intention for our practice today. Some of you know I have a 2.5-year-old named Quinn, and she's quite a sweetie, but she's also somewhat of a handful right now since she's 2 and almost 2.5, and she's got a lot of emotions. She's very passionate, so to speak, and you've maybe heard, if you don't have kids, maybe you heard that phrase, the terrible twos, and I guess it's what I would say we're in. And so my wife and I have been doing lots of readings and reading podcasts about how to handle tantrums and super fussiness, that sort of thing. And I find it fascinating that the same skill that we're learning in our yoga practice is what we apply to working with tantrums. And it's pretty much just holding a space, a non-judgmental space for all the shit that comes up. And so it's that, it's just like, just being with Quinn while she kind of moves through the emotions, recognizing it's very natural for her to have these emotions, these tantrums. But what I find even more fascinating is my reaction to them. It's like typical reactions I have around my own emotions. Like, oh, I want to shut this down, or I want to run away from them, or I start noticing that I'm kind of judgmental after about 15 minutes, and judgmental about whatever Quinn's moving through. I'm trying to rationalize the shit she's moving through. Bring the hands in prayer. And so it keeps coming up, right? This is our path over and over again. And it's what I know that kind of just to kind of flesh that out a little bit more. It's easy to kind of sit in a beautiful garden and everything be all right. When Quinn's a sweetheart and she's loving and sweet, it's like, oh, this is great. But the real work begins when we're being challenged, when there's a storm happening. And so, yeah, let's just play with that in the practice today, right? Showing up in the best way we can and just keep practicing over and over again. Breathe, feel, notice, breathe, feel, notice. Setting our intention today with one Om. Exhale all the breath out. Inhaling. Good. Release the hands. Open the eyes. Grab a strap if you don't have one. I know some of you showed up a little bit later. So make sure you have a strap or a t-shirt or a towel. Let's find our way onto your back. And this first, just have the strap nearby. Take a deep stretch here. Deep inhale. Good. Exhaling. Let's move into banana pose. Place the right leg over left leg and start to stretch through the right side body. You're going to take your left hand and grab onto the right wrist. Big breath into the right side body here. So look, you're making your body into a banana shape. Left side is a little bit shorter, right side is lengthening. I find it helpful to activate through the left heel, left foot. Play with that, right? Does it feel good to kind of stretch out through the left leg, or does it feel not so good? And coming back to neutral. Place the left leg over the right leg, stretching through the left side body. Again, shortening up to the right a little bit. Take your right hand, grab onto the left wrist, and gently pull on the wrist there. And coming back to neutral. Bring both knees in the chest. Move the knees around circles here. Exploring your lower back. This is, believe it or not, this is also known as wind relieving pose, which I think is kind of funny. And then the other direction, again, exploring the lower back with the knees closer to the chest, or maybe explore the hip joints a little bit by having the knees a little bit farther away from the chest and open. All right, releasing left leg away from you, bring the right knee in the chest. Move the right knee around in circles. Some of you have gotten yourself out of bed. Maybe you're moving through some challenging times, right? So it's good to be here Great. I'm happy you're here, but start engaging a little more in the practice by noticing how the right hip feels. Right? It's a little bit different than me just telling you what to do and then you doing it, right? You being it. And coming into half happy baby here. And reach up with the right hand. Pull on the right foot. Grabbing on the foot or inner foot or outer foot. You can also grab on the back of the thigh here. Then bring the right knee into the chest. Actually, yeah, bring the right knee in the chest. Grab your strap, place it onto the right foot, and bring the right foot up toward the ceiling and gently strap on the foot. Pull on the strap so that you're starting to stretch through the right hamstring. Keep reaching out through the left foot. Left hand can be on left hip, left quad area. All right, releasing the leg over to the right. Coming into an inner groin hamstring stretch. Good. So generally speaking, the closer your hand is toward the foot on the strap, the more stretch you get, right? The more focus stretch. The less, kind of, if you bend the elbow and kind of release a little bit, you're starting getting less stretch. It's just a different sensation, right? You don't necessarily need to grab onto the foot. That might be part of where we're going with this as we get more open. But where you're at is where you're at. All right, right foot up toward the sky. Strap in left hand. Let your leg release over to the left. Reach the right arm away from you. If there's too much so early in the practice, you can always bend the right knee and release the strap, right? And just do a lie down spinal twist variation that works for you. All right, inhale, come on back up. Release the right leg away. Good. Have the strap off the foot. Place the strap to the left side just for a moment. Bring the left knee in the chest and start moving the left knee around in circles. Again, if you find a spot that feels good, pause there and breathe into it. All right, coming into half happy baby here. Take the left hand, grab onto the left foot, bend the knee, pull the left foot down, stretch through the inner groin. Right hand on right thigh. Reach out to the ball of the right foot. Breathe deeply. That's a skill that's been working really well with Quinn, by the way. It's just breathing deeply while she's doing those tantrums. The other thing fascinating about the tantrums is that they're very normal, and it's a way for Quinn's nervous system to reset. It's just like, it's almost like getting out those things that aren't serving her anymore. If she's feeling overwhelmed or just, maybe, who knows, right? It's just a way for her to feel and move it through. Okay, take the strap, place it onto the top, bottom left foot. Reach up with the left hand and gently pull on the leg to feel the stretch of the left hamstring. When's the last time you had a good cathartic cry? It's been way too long for me. Hopefully it's not that long for you. Releasing leg over to left. Opening up the inner groin here. I'm moving around to manage the French door wall to provide more space. All right, inhale. Come on, back up. Releasing the leg over to the right. Reach your left arm away from you. Strap in right hand. Again, doing what works for you this morning. Okay, inhale. Come on, back up. Good. And take the strap off and bring both knees back into the chest to give yourself a hug. Good. Move your feet around in circles, exploring your ankle joints before we do elbow to knee. All right, it's happening. Bring knees over hips, hands come behind the back of the head and release the fingers. Inhale, lifting shoulder blades off the mat, elbows reach up toward the sky. Hold the breath. Press lower back in the ground, curl tailbone up. Good. Exhale, elbows to the left thigh. Reach out to the right leg, shoulder blade off the mat. Inhale, back to center. Feet just below the knees. Hold the breath. Press lower back in the ground, curl tailbone up. Good. Exhale, elbows to the right thigh. Reach out through the left leg, shoulder blade off the mat. Both elbows reaching toward the right thigh, not just the left elbow, but the right elbow. Inhale back to center. Hold the breath. Press lower back in the ground. Curl tailbone up. Exhale, elbows to the left thigh. Reach out to the right leg, shoulder blade off the mat. Good. Inhale back to center. Hold the breath. Press lower back in the ground. Curl tailbone up. Exhale, elbows to the right thigh. Reach out through the left leg. Shoulder blade off the mat. Good. Inhale back to center. Hold the breath. Press lower back in the ground. Curl tailbone up. Good. Exhale, elbows to the left thigh. Reach out through the right leg. Pull the belly down. Lift the shoulder blade off the mat. Good. Inhale back to center. Hold the breath. Press lower back in the ground. Curl tailbone up. Good. Exhale, elbows to the right thigh. Reach out through the left leg. Shoulder blade off the mat. Pull the belly down. Good. Inhale back to center. Knees over hips. Hold the breath. Press lower back in the ground. Curl tailbone up. Exhale, elbows to the left thigh. Reach out through the right leg. Pull the belly down. Left foot just below the left knee. Both elbows reaching toward left thigh. Inhale back to center. Hold the breath. Press lower back in the ground. Curl tailbone up. Exhale, elbows to the right thigh. Reach out through the left leg. Shoulder blade off the mat. Pull the belly down. Good. Inhale back to center. We have 2 more rounds. And noticing how you're checking out and trying to think of something, some other place to be. It's just like a tantruming kid, right? Hold the breath when you're dealing with one at least. Exhale, elbows toward your left thigh. Reach out through the right leg. Now pause here. Stay present. Curl tailbone up again. Shoulder blade off the mat. Inhale back to center. Knees over hips. Hold the breath. Press lower back in the ground. Curl tailbone up. Exhale, elbows to the right thigh. Reach out through left leg. Curl tailbone up again. Shoulder blade off the mat. Good. Inhale, come back to center. Knees over hips. Hold the breath. Press lower back in the ground. Curl tailbone up. Good. Exhale, elbows to the left thigh. Reach out to the right leg. Good. Shoulder blade off the mat. Curl tailbone up. Good. Inhale back to center. Hold the breath. Press lower back in the ground. Curl tailbone up. Exhale, elbows to the right thigh. Reach out through left leg. Curl tailbone up again. Good. Inhale, come back to center. And then bring the feet down. Good. Just pause here for a moment. Feel. And then come into a deep stretch. Reach the hands above the head. Reach legs out. Inhaling. Good. Exhaling. Bring the knees and the chest. Roll over onto the right side. Good. I'll give you about 5 breaths to make your way into downward dog. So take a moment here. Yes, maybe some cat cow. Just feeling around. Waking up the morning body. About 2 more breaths. All right, here we are, downward dog. Hands are shoulder width apart. Just quick little check-in around basic alignment cues. Shoulder width apart. Fingers are spread wide. Feet are about hip width apart. Reaching out through the heels for the stretch of the back of the legs. Even in the calves, you can feel that stretch. And then walk your feet toward the hands. Coming into ragdoll pose. Reach over, grab onto elbows here. Swing back and forth. And releasing the hands down. Roll yourself up to standing. Good. Walking your feet to the front of the mat, bring the hands in prayer. Sharing a quote by Pema to begin our journey with our sons. Things are always in transition. If we could only realize it, to stay with that shakiness, to stay with a broken heart, with a rumbling stomach, with a feeling of hopelessness and wanting to get revenge, that is the path of the awakening. Staying with it. Inhale, classical sun, reaching the hands up, all the way up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, stepping the left foot back, left knee comes down. Inhale, reaching up. Good. Exhale, hands come down, stepping the right foot back into plank pose. Knees come down, chest comes down. Low cobra, walk the hands forward about 8 to 10 inches, lift the chest up. Elbows are off the ground. Good. Exhale, lowering downward dog. Lift up and back. Inhale. Exhale, stepping the left foot forward. Bring the right knee down. Inhale, reaching up. Good. Exhale. Hands come down, stepping the right foot forward to meet the left. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reaching the hands up. And exhale, bring the hands in prayer. Okay, again, inhale, reaching. Good. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, stepping the right foot back. Right knee comes down. Inhale, reaching. Good. Exhale, hands come down. Stepping the left foot back into plank pose. Knees come down, chest comes down. Coming into low cobra. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, lowering downward dog. Inhale. Exhale, stepping the right foot forward. Left knee comes down. Inhale, reaching up. Good. Exhale, hands come down. Stepping the left foot forward to meet the right. Inhale, flat back. Dawn, is that? Oh, Kimberly has a cat on your forward fold. Inhale, reaching the hands up to the sky. Exhale, bring the hands in prayer. It's funny to watch you guys practicing. I just saw Kimberly with a cat on her shoulder trying to practice. It was pretty awesome.
He just got back from the vet, so he's very needy.
Okay. All right. Let's keep moving. That's so funny, Kimberly. Classical sun high lunge. Inhale, reaching the hands up. Good. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, stepping the left foot back. Come on up, high lunge. Right knee over the right heel. Sink in. Feel the stretch to the left quad by reaching out through left heel. Good. Exhale, hands come down. Right foot steps back. Plank. Good. Knees come down. Chest comes down. Coming into either low cobra or regular cobra. Inhale, lifting up. Good. Exhale, lowering. Come on back into downward dog. Inhale. Exhale, stepping the left foot forward. Come on up, high lunge. Reach out to the right heel. Good. Exhale, hands come down. Stepping the right foot forward to meet the left. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reaching the hands up. Good. Exhale, bring the hands in prayer. Again, inhale, reaching. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, stepping the right foot back. And come on up. Reach up. Spread the fingers wide. Good. Exhale, hands come down. Stepping the left foot back. Knees come down, chest comes down. Coming into low cobra, regular cobra, inhale, lifting. Good, exhale, lowering, downward dog. Inhale. Good, exhale, stepping the right foot forward. Come on up, high lunge. Sink in, reach up. Good, exhale, hands come down. Left foot forward to meet the right. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reaching the hands up. Good, exhale, bring the hands in prayer. Okay, moving into one more sun, B series. Inhale, bend the knees, chair pose. Good, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, jump step, float back, vinyasa. And then downward dog. Inhale, stepping the left foot forward. Right heel down, warrior one. Come on up. Good, exhale, hands come down. Stepping the left foot back, vinyasa. Good, then downward dog. Inhale, stepping the right foot forward, left heel down. Warrior one, reach up. Good, exhale, hands come down. Right foot steps back, vinyasa. Good, then downward dog. And bend the knees, look between the hands, deep inhale. Exhale, jump, step forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Good, straighten the legs, come up. And exhale, bring the hands in prayer. Just pause here for a moment. Good, deep, full breaths. All right, inhale, bend the knees, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, jump or step back. Vinyasa. And then downward dog. Inhale, reaching left foot up. Bend the knee and open up the hip here. All right, inhale, reaching left foot up toward the ceiling. Straighten out your left leg. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, back up. Exhale, knee to nose. Placing left foot through in between the hands. Right heel down. Good. Come up to warrior one pose. Let's do warrior one with eagle arms. Wrap the right arm underneath the left arm. And bring the elbows up to shoulder height. Letting the forehead release into the forearms if that feels good for the upper back and neck. So this is going to start getting challenging. How do you show up for yourself, right? Do you check out? Do you start judging yourself when you can't hold the pose for as long as I'm suggesting? Like there's all this crap that comes up, or do you just hold a space for all of it? All right, and now come on back up. Coming into arch arms in warrior one. Left hand comes to lower back, right hand upper back. You can use a strap here if you need to. Just smiling at just that kids, are really good about showing you where you need to do your work, like over and over again. Oh, you're being impatient. You got to work on your patience, dude. Get it together. 2 more breaths. All right, inhale, reaching the hands up. And then coming into your pyramid pose, stepping the right foot forward about a foot forward. Square off the hips. Inhale, lengthening over left leg. Exhale, forward fold. Using props as needed here. And bending the left knee. Step the left foot back. Optional vinyasa. And downward dog. Inhale, reaching right foot up. Bending and open up the hip. Okay, inhale, reaching right foot up. Exhale, knee to nose, shifting the weight to forward. Inhale, back up. Exhale, knee to nose, placing the right foot through. Good. Warrior 1. Have your strap nearby. You might be using it right in that second variation of the shoulder stuff. Warrior 1 into eagle arms. Left arm underneath the right. Again, elbows about shoulder height. Strong legs. Big breath. The other tool I think is powerful that we've been learning is when Quinn is in a tantrum stage or she's feeling fussy about something, it's like reflecting back to her. I see that you might want to not go to bed right now. Just kind of like this calm approach to, oh, interesting. And usually that's what kind of allows the emotion to move through her. It's just like recognizing, seeing her, really truly seeing her, listening. All right, inhale back up to warrior 1. And then moving into arch arms. Left hand upper back, right hand lower back, walking the hands toward each other. I think about that a lot from a yoga teacher perspective. Like I'm providing a space for my students, for you to be seen, which is one of the most basic needs that we have. But eventually, my goal is to share a mirror for you to see yourself, right? To build skills about looking inside and looking at yourself with a non-judgmental approach to what's ever coming up for you. It's like, oh, here I am. As Derek Walcott says, you will see yourself arriving at your own door in your own mirror and say, sit here, eat. You will love again the stranger who was yourself, right? Good. Inhale, reaching the hands up. Good. Hands come down, coming into pyramid pose. Inhale, lengthening over the right leg. Exhale, forward fold. And using blocks as needed here. So the main goal working with Quinn is creating a safe place for her to feel her emotions. Safe, non-judgmental place so that she can explore them and be held. That's one of my visions for myself and for you. All right, bending the right knee, stepping feet back. Your optional vinyasa, you can always skip it if you need to, right? And then downward dog. Inhale, reaching left foot up. Exhale, knee to nose, shifting the weight forward, placing left foot through, this time warrior two. Come on up, warrior two. Good. Straighten out the left leg, walk your right foot slightly forward for triangle pose. Left hand on the shin, reaching the right hand back into half bind. If you're really open today, you want to explore full bind in your triangle, feel free. Just be gentle here. Right? We've done some hamstring stuff, not that much. All right, inhale back up to warrior two, then half bind or full bind. So our focus this week has been bird of paradise or tree pose. So we're starting off right with this bind or half bind as a prep for coming into the bird. And if you have the left forearm on the thigh, draw the left shoulder back as well as the right shoulder. Yeah, Elle, pull that left shoulder blade down your back. Yeah, there it is. Now let your neck relax. There's actually a really nice little neck release here as well. It's like, oh, there it is, Elle, huh? Get curious about that. So there's my cueing, but there's also this embodiment of what I'm sharing. That's where it starts to kind of hit home. Like, oh, it feels good to let the neck relax. Let me get more curious about that. Oh, there's some wisdom in showing up for our emotions in our body, right? In a non-judgmental way. Let me try that. All right, stepping the right foot forward to meet the left to come into either tree pose or bird of paradise. Your choice. If you have the bind, great, go for the bird. If you don't have the bind, left foot on her right thigh, hands in prayer, reaching the hands up. And 2 more breaths here. The bird of paradise, if you can, straighten out your left leg. Do what you can there. Right, left foot comes back down. Come on back to warrior two just for a moment. Inhale. Good. Exhale, hands come down. Left foot steps back. Your vinyasa. Downward dog. Inhale, reaching right foot up. And exhale, knee to nose. Placing right foot through. Warrior two. Again, warrior two is more of a transition pose. Straighten out the right leg. Inhale. Exhale, reaching the hand forward and down. Left hand reaches up and back. And maybe half bind here if you want, or full bind if you got the mobility for it today, this morning. All right, back up to warrior two. Good. Half bind or full bind, right forearm on thigh, left hand behind the back. Or right arm comes through, left arm comes behind the back, grabs onto the hand. Bind is more mid-thigh, not the inner groin. Right, keeping the bind, stepping the left foot forward to meet the right. Good. Coming into bird of paradise. That's not happening. Tree pose, right foot on the inner left thigh. And tree people reaching the hands up. Now, can you get the bind more? Are you using a strap? If you're using a strap, don't listen to what I'm saying. It's hard for me to tell. The bind is, yeah, you are using it. Okay, so just be aware that the bind is more mid-thigh, not the inner groin. And that would help you, I think, a little bit with the strap too, but just do what you need to do. It's hard to support you via Zoom. Doing my best. That's nice. I like that. I like that variation out. One more breath here. All right, right foot comes down. Left foot steps back. Warrior two. Good. Exhale, hands come down. Stepping the right foot back. Vinyasa. And then downward dog. And inhale, reaching left foot up. Exhale, shin toward hands for pigeon on the left side. Walk the right foot back. Good. Inhale. Exhale, come forward into forward fold pigeon. You know, working with, reading the stuff about tantrums and all that stuff, I'm reminded of that really great quote from Pema that I share quite a bit. And it goes like this, and I'll just reflect on it with you. If your everyday practice is to open to all of your emotions, to all the people that you meet, to all the situations you encounter, without shutting down, trusting that you can do that, then that will take you as far as you can go. And then you'll understand all the teachings that anyone has ever taught. And so most of us have been taught to shut down around our emotions, to not feel them, to run away from them, to be impatient with them. I just want to get over this, right? Like all that stuff. And so this journey of our practice is one of wholeness. We're bringing us back to becoming more whole. And it's just interesting to track that. My wife and I have this opportunity to teach Quinn that that whole thing when I just shared that Pema quote, opening to all of our emotions. Two more breaths here, feeling. Breathe, feel, notice. Breathe, feel, notice. All right, come on back up there. Step back to downward dog. Pedal legs out there for a moment. Inhale, reaching the right foot up. Exhale, shin toward hands. Pigeon on the right side. Walk your left foot back. Good. Coming forward into a forward fold. If you can, walk your hands farther forward and let go. Release into that pose. Big breaths. One more breath here. And come on up out of there. Step back, downward dog. Pedal legs out there for a moment. And then bend the knees. Jump or step through. Bring your legs out in front of you. Shake them out. Good. Inhale, reaching hands up. Paschimottanasana. Exhale, forward fold. All right, inhale, come on back up. Find your way onto your back for happy baby. Bring the knees in the chest, then feet up toward the sky. Reach up, grab onto feet. If I can't grab onto the feet, grab onto the back of the thigh and the knee. And gently pull, move around a little bit here. And final resting pose. Nice work, Shavasana. All right, start to bring your conscious breath into the body. Moving your fingers, your toes, hands, feet, ankles, and wrist. And reach the hands above the head. Come into a deep stretch. Inhale. And exhaling. Bring the knees and the chest. Roll over onto the right side. And then push yourself up into a seated position. Keeping the eyes closed just for a moment longer. Slide your hands in prayer. You know, I truly think our journey never ends, right? We're always being taught something. If we could just look at it like that too, I think that's part of the spiritual path. It's like, oh, what do I need to learn here? It's like when I want to kind of run away when Quinn's tantruming up, like, what am I learning here? I don't like tantrums. Yeah, that's true. But the other aspect of it is like, how can I hold a space for Quinn and therefore hold a space for myself and for other people in my life? And sharing this quote by John Welwood, I think that kind of is a great synopsis for what I'm trying to teach and what yoga and Buddhism teaches us. When children are in pain, what they want most is your unconditional presence rather than band-aids or consolations. They want to know we are really there with them and what they are going through. And that's what our wounded places need from us as well, just to be there with them. The full presence of our being is healing in and of itself. The full presence of our being is healing in and of itself. And take a deep breath up and breathe out to the heart. Good, then bowing forward with love and with gratitude. May our practice provide us healing. May we reflect that healing out to the world to help create more peace. Namaste. Thank you all so much for sharing the practice today.